Hey, 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 hey. I wanted to hop on here and talk a little bit about whether you are addressing the root of your situation. And I say situation because I don't know that I even believe in problems. Instead of addressing your problems and the root of them rather than your situation. Because I think situation applies so much better than, hi Brittany, than problem, because your situation is kind of what's happening in the moment in your reality, and a problem is something, again, I think problem sort of relates back to kind of a victim mindset, and we're not victims, we're just living in our experience of whatever we created. So it just got me thinking today about whether we're addressing the root or if we are just merely kind of masking it. And I bring this up because as I was sitting and kind of meditating on my experience over the last year and years past and growing up, I realized a lot of the times I was just masking my situation. I was slapping band-aids on situations, and I wasn't ever really, until the last year, was I ever addressing the root of my situation. And so I want to talk to you guys about it because I know there's probably a lot of people who are like me. You know, you have a problem, so we'll say you have money's, your money situation. You know, are you addressing your money situation? For me, that looked like I never had more than a few $100s in my bank account at any given time. I would spend money without caring where my next paycheck or whatever was going to come from, how I was going to pay my rent. I just knew it was going to happen, and I didn't respect money. I didn't care. I just spent money, and I was never addressing the root of my money problems. I was just spending. And so when I decided I wanted to get to the root of why am I always spending money? Why am I always broke? I did some journaling, I did some meditating about it. It's like, why am I always broke? Well, I'm broke because I spend money on things I didn't need to spend money on. Well, why did I spend money on things I didn't need to spend money on? Because I felt like if I bought that shirt, it would make me feel better about myself. Well, why don't I feel good about myself? I don't feel good about myself because X, Y, and Z. So I wanted to address that for a minute. Or are you, whatever the situation might be. You know, for me, again, it looked like when I got sick last year, I just ran to every doctor and I was just like, what is wrong with me? What's going on? And of course they say, you're sick, here's a pill for every ill. And they say, here's a medicine for you. And that medicine said, I'll stop your symptoms, but I won't address the root of what is causing that. So inevitably, you take, the medicine, it dampers your symptoms, but it's never truly addressing the root. So why did that symptom start? It's the same thing applies to any situation in your life you might be having, whether it's, your relationship with money or your relationship with being judgmental, the root of why you're so judgmental or why you're so angry at your spouse. You want to look at the root of what is causing those emotions to come up. Why are you having those emotions? And just dive into that rather than slapping, a Band-Aid on it and addressing the root. So slapping a Band-Aid on, why you're being so judgmental of people or why you're, not good with money or whatever it might be, a Band-Aid for emotions like that I used to mask it with drinking. I would drink alcohol. If I had a bad day, I would just say, oh my gosh, I just need to go get a drink, and that would be the end of it. I would never address, why did I have a bad day? What happened during the day that caused me to feel like it was not a successful day? So really, just wanted to talk about addressing the root, because I just think so often we are just conditioned to just say, whatever, it is what it is. Like I had a bad day, or I'm angry, or, these, negative mindsets that we have that like, I'm bad with money, or I'm forever single, or whatever. Like, how are you addressing the root of your situation? How are we addressing that, the root of it, and not merely just masking it with, more negative thoughts or for me, what it looked like before I got sick is I would just, mask it with drinking alcohol or whatever that might look like. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that because I think that's so important and something you can do if you are just kind of masking, whatever your situation is. I want to leave you with a tool to what you can do to kind of counteract that and start taking the reins on whatever your situation might look like, whether you have an illness or a negative mindset or, a relationship with money or a relationship with, anybody or anything really. What you can do to kind of repair that and move forward, because we have that power to change our reality, to change our relationship with things, and to change our situation. And addressing the root of those situations is absolutely key. So I'll leave you with this. What you can do is, if you have a situation that you are unhappy with, or maybe not even unhappy with, just a situation that you want to change, is journaling. All you have to do, and I know people get so maybe, freaked out about journaling, but I think it's one of the most therapeutic things. All you have to do is you just start with a piece of paper and just write down something like, trying to think of an example here. So a situation and addressing a situation. So I was angry in traffic because someone cut me off. We'll go with that. So someone cut me off in traffic and I'm angry about it, and I'm still stewing on it when I got home. So I'm in this angry state. I have this negative energy just coursing through my veins. And of course that's going to project onto everything around me. So I might write down, why am I still angry that that person cut me off in traffic? Why am I still angry about that? And then stop and listen, because your body is going to tell you exactly all you need to know about that. Why am I still angry that that person cut me off? And then just go from there. So small journaling prompts like that are always so helpful with addressing the root of why you're so angry, or if you feel like I'm not good with money, I don't have a good relationship with money, I'm always broke. Start with a journaling prompt as simple as, why am I always broke? And just listen to what your body is going to tell you, and just start digging deeper, asking more questions. If my money story used to look like, why am I always broke? I'm always broke because I spend money on things I don't need. Well, why do I spend money on things I don't need? I spend money on things I don't need because I feel like if I buy these things, it'll make me feel better about myself. Well, why don't I feel good about myself? I don't feel good about myself because, and you see where I'm going with this. So addressing the root cause. And of course, I can never, ever, ever end any life without wanting to empower people in their health. Because if you have any type of ailment in your health, if you are not at peak capacity, the energy level, the functioning that you know that you can be at, because everyone deserves that, do not ever stop in the journey that you are on until you find the right path for you that is addressing the root cause and not merely putting band-aids on things. Because as you guys probably know, that's something I'm super, 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 super passionate about. Is I don't like band-aid fixes. I think everyone needs to find the root cause of whatever their situation might be, and asking those questions and just diving a little deeper. Or of course, if, in the same realm of health, I just kind of realized this, a couple weeks ago. I was just like, why did I get sick? And, lost in your bed. Part of me thinks I got sick, and I created my reality of POTS because I never worked really hard at anything, because I always felt like, well, if I don't work hard, then I can't achieve it. And I figured, well, if I got sick, then if I don't do well and I don't succeed, well, then I have something to blame it on. So yeah, always dig deeper to the root of what's going on, and don't settle for the surface level shit, because that's not cool. And don't mask it with whatever it might be, with shopping or with bad movies. Well, you know what? Bad movies are a good thing to hang with for a little bit. So anywho, I got real revved up. Want to talk to you guys about that for a hot minute. And before I go, we just did some awesome work on our new bed. My boyfriend and I, Steve, we bought a house a few months ago, and we just did some yard work this weekend. But so I'll show you guys what I get to look at every day. I love it so much. So backyard's still a work in progress, but if you can see back there, it's a stream in our backyard. So every morning I come out here and eat breakfast, and I listen to the birds and listen to the stream rolling. So anywho, happy basically Monday for all us working folks. So Monday, yeah, I guess it is Tuesday. So anywho, wanted to hop on. Hey y'all, if you guys have any questions about, I don't know, other journaling prompts or what else you can do to kind of dig across the surface layer, just drop them below, and I'll see what I can do to help you along. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See ya!